The Radio Memories Network is brought to you in part by Liberated Syndication, podcast publishing made easy, libsyn.com. That's libsyn.com. The Radio Memories Network welcomes you to the earliest days of radio. All this is still ours today through the Radio Memories Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the radio audience.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back once again to Radio Journeys. I'm your host, John Grimmett, with you each week to present some of the earliest and rarest recordings of old-time radio. And this week we're continuing to cycle through some of the syndicated serials of 1932, fairly average productions. Some of them are not very good at all, really, but they're all we have as a document of an era. In fact, some listeners have written in recently about the quality of some of the productions that we're presenting here on Radio Journeys. One listener noted that Abroad with the Lockharts was particularly mediocre. He said this was some of the worst acting he'd ever heard. There's a reason why these shows are mysteries, he said. They're not very good. The shows are so bad that the listener doesn't end up wanting to find out anything else about the productions. Now, last week, as I pointed out to you, these shows are indeed mysteries, and at least one listener does have an opinion about why that is true. But remember, these were the production standards of the day. In 1932, not much time or money was spent producing most syndicated shows, but still they remain historical documents. That's why I present them here, leaving judgments of taste or quality up to you. Now, another listener wrote in with a possible date for Anne of the Airlanes, which we started presenting last week. One listener found newspaper listings for Anne of the Airlanes from 1942 or 43. Now, that's World War II era, over KSD in St. Louis. It was a kids' show, aired in the late afternoon. Now, this could have been a rerun, though we can't say for sure. The show does sound as if it may have been produced between 1935 and 1940, however. Probably not World War II era production, though it may have been aired during World War II on some stations. The production qualities of this show are not unlike those of Jerry of Fair Oaks or Jerry of the Circus, two other juvenile radio serials that were produced in 1937 and 38. But the subject matter suggests that the show was not produced during World War II at all. Anne and her colleagues are secret agents, but they're tracking down smugglers, not German or Japanese warplanes. That said, we should all listen closely as we broadcast this series for clues that might help us put a date on the show. Now, we do get some occasional clues from some shows. As I was listening once again to last week's Abroad with the Lockharts, I noticed this one.
Will.
Hey?
Are you busy?
I'm reading. I see where Hoover was fishing again last weekend.
Was he?
Yeah, but he didn't catch any. I'll bet he thinks that fish are almost as stubborn as senators. He can't be using the right bait.
Now, that little snippet puts this show firmly in 1931 or 1932. A little joke about Herbert Hoover going fishing. Now, as you know, Herbert Hoover was president until January of 1933, when Roosevelt took over. Congress, the reference to Congress there, could be the stubborn Democrats, the Democratic opposition in Congress, possibly reflecting some views that Hoover was getting a bad rap, taking all the blame for causing the Depression. Definitely a very topical date for the program. Well, I talked a lot last week about the nature of these shows as mysteries, that we don't have any information on the cast, production, or even the syndication companies for most of them. We're going to continue hearing these shows tonight. First, we're going to hear Anne of the Airlanes, Episode 8. We heard Episode 7 last week, but we don't have the first 6 of this show. We're playing it first tonight because it was likely scheduled in the late afternoon, according to one of our listeners, before Cy and Elmer. Then after that, we're going to hear Episode 13 of Cy and Elmer as we continue. Now, this show, too, you have to admit, is quite mediocre, but still quite entertaining and funny at times. Perhaps the acting's a bit better than on Abroad with the Lockharts or even Anne of the Airlanes. And then the third presentation tonight is Abroad with the Lockharts, also possibly a late afternoon show, but it could just as well have been an early afternoon show for the homemakers, the housewives staying home, Long before there were soap operas, there were still some shows being produced for housewives, women's programming in 1932. And then lastly, we're going to hear Anson Weeks and his orchestra once again. I always love it when I can present these shows. Here's one as broadcast at 10:15 p.m. over KFRC in Sacramento on February 4, 1932. More great mellow dance music from Anson Weeks and his orchestra to wind out tonight's radio journeys. So it's a good lineup of average but entertaining radio from 1932. Yes, it's average, but it's all we have from the period, so let's get all we can from it. I'll be back in about an hour with a closing note. Enjoy.
And this is KHJ, the Don Lee Station, Los Angeles.
Over valley and mountain, river and plain, through wind and storm, rides Anne of the Airlanes.
Having dropped out of sight completely after delivering an important message, Ann Burton is thought to be trying to make her way out of the Everglades of Florida. Art Morrison, radio inspector, and Aunt Hattie Jackson await her arrival at an emergency landing field near Miami, when they are joined rather unceremoniously by an old fellow who gives the name of Zebulon Abercrombie. Zeb, as he prefers to be called, was the original discoverer of the diamond mines from which the illicit diamond smugglers are obtaining their rough stones, and he was forced to leave Africa by the leader of the smugglers, known as Doc, who now menaces the future of Ann and pilot Jack Baker. Zeb agrees to join the government Secret Service in ferreting out the members of the gang and to show Morrison the exact location of the mines. They are interrupted in their plans by the reception of a radio call from Secret Service headquarters, telling that the voice of Ann has been heard over the transmitter of the plane that is to be used by the smugglers in their projected flight to Africa. From the same source, it is learned that Jack Baker, who is piloting the ship while he pretends to join the smugglers, is about ready to take off. But has Ann been able to leave the seclusion of the transport cabin? Or will she be found there by the two gangsters, Vic and Joe, before Jack learns she has not escaped? Let's go to the secret landing field in the heart of the Everglades and learn what we can.
Gee whiz, 3,100 gallons of gas and all that oil. I don't see how them trucks made it through that road.
Those drivers are just better at it than you are, Joey, which is no compliment to them either. You think that's enough gas, Baker?
Talking to me, Morgan?
Cut your motor so you can hear me, will you? That's better. I said, do you think that's enough gas for the trip?
Well, if it isn't, I don't know just where you'd put any more. We've got every drop these tanks will hold. And getting this ship off a field of this size is not going to be a snap, I can tell you. With all that gas, well, we'd better make it the first time, that's all.
Gee, I wish there was a fire department to sort of stand by. I'd feel a lot safer.
Are you getting cold feet, Joey? You haven't answered my question yet, Baker. Do you think that's enough gas to take us across?
Well, at 300 miles an hour and flying at 20,000 feet, or maybe just a little higher, we'll burn the same fuel that we would at 10,000 doing 200. That is, in the same time. In other words, we'll save about one-third by taking the higher altitudes.
20,000 feet. Boy, we won't be able to breathe at all unless we got those oxygen things they wear.
Oh, sure we will. This job has a sealed cabin, and the air we get is supercharged, like the air that goes into the carburetor when we reach the higher altitudes. You get it?
No, but go on. I'll probably get it after a while.
Joey, don't catch on fast, that's all.
How much gas will it take to get us to Africa? I'll put it that way.
That's what I was trying to get at, Morgan. At 200 miles an hour, these motors have been tested to use up about 200 gallons an hour.
Which roughly puts us somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. If we try it nonstop, is that it?
Joey isn't the only one that doesn't quite understand the theory of substratosphere flying, it seems. That 200 gallons at 200 an hour was at 10,000 feet. Now, by flying higher, we remove part of the resistance, because the air pressure on the ship is about one-half what it is at the lower levels. And so, allowing for a bit of efficiency that is lost by the lower pressure, we find our gas mileage stepped up about one-third, which means that our 3,100 gallons should take us something better than 4,200 miles.
You see, Joey? That 4,200 miles gives us plenty of leeway, so there's nothing to be afraid of.
Unless maybe we should happen to hit a wind which ain't blowing our direction.
That's right, Joe. Any headwind we hit will just knock that many miles off our gas mileage, and a tailwind will add to it.
Yeah. I remember reading in the papers a few years ago about a French fellow that tried to fly to America, and he had to fight a wind all the way. And so, when he got just a little over halfway across the ocean, he found that he didn't have gas enough to make it. So he just turned around and went back.
He flew over halfway across and didn't have enough gas to make it, so he flew back. Joey, listen. I think the Everglades have been too much for you. Now quit trying to tell us fairy stories and start getting that stuff in the shack down here to the ship. Now see that you don't let it fall in the water, get it?
Okay, Vic. I ain't telling stories. You can ask Jack.
The idea of telling stuff like that. You see? That's what I was telling you, Baker. Joe is all right sometimes, only he's, well, sort of weak above the eyes, that's all.
Joe's absolutely right about that story. It actually happened. You see, the tailwind added enough mileage. For instance, if it was a 40-mile-an-hour wind, it added 40 miles every hour to his mileage, while it was taking that away from the mileage on his way out. Or a difference of 80 miles every hour in the miles covered on the same amount of gas. Now, do you see?
Yeah, I suppose I do. Now, what do you think of our chances with this ship?
I think we'll make it. If that stuff that came in on that truck isn't too heavy. Just what was that, anyway?
Supplies, Baker. Supplies.
I get it. Okay. Well, this transport is built to carry about 40 passengers in ordinary service. But the weight of the extra gas naturally cuts that down quite a bit. So the weight of those, well, supplies, as you call them, means quite a bit, especially on the takeoff.
Well, I can tell you this much. Those two fellows on the truck had quite a time loading this stuff into the baggage compartment.
In other words, it's heavy. And that means that we won't be able to get as much altitude and save as much gas as we would if we were flying light.
Well, maybe I can relieve your mind a little with this bit of news. The reason we picked on this new transport ship, which is a little bigger than anything else, is because we're kind of pioneering a new airline, see? In other words, we're fixing it so this flying diamonds back here and sending supplies back over to Africa is going to be put on a regular schedule, just like the transatlantic and the trans-Pacific passenger planes. Only we don't have the custom officials nosing into our business.
All very interesting, Morgan, except that you don't pick up planes every day that will fly the Atlantic non-stop with a load. And keeping preparations for such a flight under cover for any length of time will be quite a job in itself. And once the suspicion leaks out, it won't be long until the government starts to work. And then...
Baker, you just tend to flying this ship for us, and we'll take care of the government. Now, here's how we keep this whole thing in the dark. We don't try any non-stop flights, see? That is just at present. We're going to establish bases and make flights in short hops, and from secluded points that won't create any publicity, you see?
Very clever. But a plane leaving the United States and later showing up in, say, Cape Town, South Africa, well, no one will be foolish enough to believe that someone trundled that plane across the Atlantic in a rowboat.
A little paint, a little change of license numbers now and then won't leave any holes like that. So here's where we come in with this ship. We're stopping at several places and leaving some of these supplies so that the people that are already there can start to work.
You don't mind telling me the first stop, then, do you?
Of course not. The first place we head for will be a little place just south of the, that cape that sticks out there in South America.
Oh, you mean Cape St. Roque?
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's where we stop first. Say, what's that noise I've been hearing all this time? That kind of buzzing.
Oh, that's the radio transmitter. I just wanted to see how it was acting since we sent that message to Springfield a while ago. We never got an answer from them, by the way.
Of course we didn't. You don't suppose that the doc is foolish enough to do any sending, do you? So they can find out where we are?
Oh, that's right. I never thought of that.
Well, it just shows you the doc is a pretty wise guy. And that's just a warning to anybody that might get ideas about sending messages from airplanes. The doc has a few stations himself, and his operators know how to locate transmitters, too.
I get it, Morgan. You don't have to worry about that.
I wasn't worrying. I was just reminding, that's all. Say, we better go up and give Joe a lift with that stuff. We should have had the guy with the truck do that.
If you don't mind, Morgan, I'll stay here and check these motors over a bit so that,
Nope, I'm afraid I mind, Baker. I already told you where we're heading. And I'm not going to let you get out of my sight until we land in Africa.
Okay. We might as well leave this cabin door open if we're coming back.
My, I thought they'd never leave. Gosh, but it's stuffy in that baggage compartment. Now, if they'll just stay away long enough for me to get behind that shed. The radio is on. only knew how to work it, I might send some kind of a message. I could write Jack a note, but where could I leave it? The radio headphones. No one will use them but him. I can fold up a note and put it in one of the earphones. What did I do with my pencil? Oh, here it is. And that scrap of paper will have to do. Let's see. Jack just left before you. Is that someone coming? Oh, it isn't. I haven't a chance to get outside. I'll have to get back into that compartment and wait until they leave again.
Gee, I get all the heavy work to do. But I guess maybe it's... I don't know. What's this? Say, I wonder if...
I guess we can put that stuff in the baggage compartment, huh, Baker?
Okay. Well, that'll just about get it. Hey, Joe, what are you doing up here in the cabin?
I was just stowing this grub away where we could get it right handy. You never know when you're going to get hungry.
How are those motors heading, Baker?
Oh, the motors are okay. I think that all we need now are some instructions from Doc.
I told you the Doc will not be using his radio station for a day or so, didn't I? Not while the government is trying to check him. And after that, they'll have to locate his new wavelength and start all over again. No, we got all the instructions we need, Baker.
Say, listen, do you fellas hear anything?
Not a thing except... Say, that sounds like a plane to me.
Probably just some of the boys from Pensacola on their way home.
Hey, there it is, right over there. And it's an air cat. Looks like something dropping from it.
Gee, it's a guy with a parachute. See, it opened up.
Baker, I don't know, but that air cat and that guy are jumping looking pretty fishy. Hey, what is that? Maybe you didn't have anything to do with it. But we're not taking any chances. We're taking off right now.
Morgan, you know as well as I do, I haven't had any opportunity to communicate with anybody, even if I'd wanted to.
All right. But we're not taking any chances. Come on, get those motors warmed up. I'll run up to the shack and lock up. And, Joe, take care of Baker while I'm gone.
Okay. I guess I better get these chocks out from under the wheel.
All right, Joe. I'll climb in and head her around. The wind is okay for a takeoff from this end, so we'll just let her sit.
Okay, Baker. Okay.
I wonder just what that air cat was doing over here. And who was in that parachute? I wonder if it was Ann again. She wouldn't be making another trip back here.
Well, I guess that's all. Say, Jack, here's a little thing I found on the floor of the cabin a few minutes ago when I come back.
An automatic pencil. And it's engraved Ann. You say you found it just a few minutes ago here?
Yeah. And it wasn't there an hour ago because I looked all over the floor then for a quarter I dropped.
I don't understand how it could be in here.
I don't either, especially when I know that nobody has left this cabin. But you'd better put that pencil away because here comes Vic. And maybe you wouldn't want him to know about it. Maybe.
Joe, I don't know how to thank you.
Or skip it. Oh, here he is. All set, Vic?
Okay, all set. You ready, Baker?
All set.
Then here's your chart on that course. Now let's get out of here quick.
All right. We're on our way to Cape St. Roque.
Jack Baker and the two gangsters off on the first leg of the trip that is to take them to South Africa. Can it be that Joe suspects that Ann Burton is concealed in the baggage compartment? And why did he not tell Vic instead of confiding to Jack? Will Morrison and Aunt Hattie locate the secret field now empty and land? Or will they proceed to Springfield in an effort to learn the secret of the Tyler Sanitarium? We're just as anxious as we know you are to learn the answers in the next thrilling episode of Anne of the Airlanes.
Don Lee Station, Los Angeles.
The Misadventures of Cy and Elmer. Once more, our brave detectives are on the train. Cy and Elmer have accepted the dangerous task of investigating the railroad mystery on the branch line through Squash Hollow, a neighboring town near Pumpkinville. 5 men have disappeared in 5 nights, and just at midnight each time. No details of the crime were available for our rural gumshoe experts, so the old boys are going into their case in the dark, in more ways than one. They are looking out the window of the smoking car, and in a few moments, the train will stop to drop them at a lonely junction point where the mystery waits for them.
I'm asking you, Cy Perkins, what's the sense in us sitting in a smoking car? You can't smoke without getting sick.
I ain't a smoking, Elmer, but the feller with the candy and peanuts is in this car.
Now, look here, Cy. You're a deputy sheriff now. Eating peanuts ain't no way to act, I'm telling you.
Well, being deputy sheriff is all right, but I reckon it's better to be detectives and get paid for the cases, ain't it?
No, sir, no. Better to be both like we be. I reckon I'm the smartest feller in the county, and, well, you're the next smartest. This here railroad said we could have anything we wanted to help us figure out this case. And I reckon if we want a special train, we'll get her.
Why, Elmer, we couldn't have a special train, could we?
Certainly we can. When we catch this fella, or whatever's doing all them things on the branch line, you and me is going back to town on a special train. You betcha. Now let's talk about getting this thing figured out.
It's going to be an awful mean job, Elmer. 5 men is gone now.
Cy, mean jobs is what we gets paid for detecting. Remember what I said in the book, will you?
Yeah.
There ain't never been no perfect crime done yet. No, sir. There ain't never been a feller so mean or so smart that he didn't leave a clue someplace, and he could be caught from it.
Yeah?
Yeah, betcha. No matter how many dollars or how many lives it took.
What good is all that if ours is part of the lives it takes?
For goodness sakes, Cy, will you quit bailing and get to thinking about this case?
Yeah.
Now, them fellers has all been done away with at the same time every night, ain't they?
Yeah.
Just at midnight.
And you know, Elmer, that I get awful nervous detecting at 12, dark midnight.
Side time don't mean nothing to you. You're nervous if it's 12, light o'clock at noon.
Yeah, there ain't nothing to keep us from getting killed at midnight, just like all them other fellas.
What do you mean ain't nothing? I'm going to be there, ain't I?
Yeah.
Me, Elmer Peabody. And I'm plenty of smart, betcha.
Yeah.
I figured if them fellers was all killed at the same time, and in the same way, they must have all been doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
And they must have all been just where the killer wanted them to be at 12 o'clock. All we got to do is to find out what them fellers did and where they was, and not do none of them things or be none of them their places.
Yeah, but suppose nobody knows just where them other fellas was or what they was doing. And what then, Elmer?
Oh, what's the sense in supposing such a thing? Them fellers was caught one at a time, and we'll stick together, see? 2 to a time, all the time. It'll make it hard for the killing feller to handle us. And when 12 o'clock midnight comes, we'll be away off from the place where things is going to happen.
I hope you're right, Elmer.
Bet I'm right.
Now, I got a terrible feeling that we ain't never going to see Pumpkinville again.
Oh, my goodness, Si, you always got a terrible feeling about something.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the terrible feeling turns out that you ain't got nothing but a stomachache.
Well, now that you speak of it, Elmer, I don't feel so good in the stomach,
Yeah.
and that means trouble.
Mhm.
I can always tell when trouble is a-coming by my stomach misery.
Yes, and if you hadn't tried to eat all the peanuts on the train, you wouldn't feel so darn much trouble coming in your darned old stomach.
Make all the fun you want to, but there's something ain't just right about this crime we're detecting.
Si, there's something that ain't just right about every crime. My goodness, do you suppose they'd be calling detectives in if everything was just right?
That ain't what I mean, Elmer.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I mean, it's kind of funny that the railroad is a-giving us this case when they got plenty of money to hire the best detectives in the world.
Well, they hired him, didn't they? These railroad fairs are smart, I tell you, and they know that we know all there is to know about this here part of the country.
And I don't see where that's so good, Elmer. There ain't nothing to learn about the place we're going, except a lot of tumbleweed and mighty stingy pasture.
That's just it, Si. You and me's been over this country, man and boy, for 40 years. And there ain't a blade of grass or rockings that we don't know.
And because we know all about that part of the country, we're supposed to be better than them big detectives from back east?
That's it, precisely.
Yeah.
Now, let's be sure we got everything we need before we start now. Must be getting right close to junction, ain't we?
Well, we got the guns and deputy sheriff badges and all that.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I got the moving picture camera.
Now, look here, Si. There ain't no sense of carrying that thing. If we get in any kind of trouble, it's going to be at night, ain't it?
Yeah.
And you can't take no moving pictures at night, or standing still ones neither.
Yeah, but Elmer, here's another thing I got.
What?
Well, it's a kind of a flashlight gadget.
What?
They just got them in to the drugstore today.
Mhm.
I bought 4 of them.
Oh, say, them ain't nothing but electric light globes, Si. Now, how in tarnation are you going to find a place to stick him out there with that section crew?
Mm-hmm.
The only kind of electricity they got out here is coal oil lamps.
Yeah, but look here, Elmer.
What?
They fit into that little handle,
I mean.
just like a flashlight. There you are. See?
For goodness
Just screw it
sake.
in there like that.
Yeah.
And then, when you push this little button, they go off.
Well, say, now, that is a slick idea, Si, but, my, they go off awful quick like, don't they?
Yeah.
How would they be any good for taking moving pictures?
Well, of course, I don't know if I'm right.
Yeah, chances are you ain't.
But I figured that you could hold this flashlight thing and keep putting them globes in just as fast as you can.
Mhm.
And I'll have the camera going all the time and point it right at the trouble.
Mhm.
Well, we might just catch somebody doing something.
Say, now, that's a mighty good idea, Si. Who helped you think of that?
Nobody, Elmer. I thought of it all by myself.
Yeah, that ain't no good.
But you just said it was a good idea.
I said that before I knowed whose idea it was.
Oh.
No, maybe it'll work. Anyway, I'll feel safer around you shooting that camera than I would if you had a gun.
Elmer,
What's the matter now, Si?
the train gets a stopping. Elmer, gets a stopping, Elmer.
Well, you didn't think we was going to jump off while it was going like a split, did you?
Well, no, but Elmer, it's a stopping at the junction. And it's dark. That means we got to get off right here in the dark.
Well, how'd you think we was going to get out of it but in the dark at this time of night?
Oh, I feel terrible danger, Elmer.
No, you don't feel nothing. Now, come on, get together and pile off here. Come on, Si. This train stands still. Even if we are detecting for the railroad, they ain't going to hold no mainline train all night for us. Come on, Si.
Always going into danger and trouble and misery.
Will you hush up and open that door? Come on, get her open.
Oh, Elmer, it's awful dark out here, Elmer.
Well, never mind the dark. Get down them steps.
Yeah, well, I'm a-getting
Well,
it,
get
Elmer.
down them. What's the matter? Oh.
Elmer, I'm killed already, Elmer. Something hit me. Knocked me right down into this pile of busted glass.
Oh, busted glass, nothing. Them's only cinders, Si. Nobody hit you at all. You
No?
fell off the step of the car, that's all.
Oh.
Maybe we can see where we are now when that train is clear out of the way.
Oh, that train is going off and leaving us set right here, Elmer. And that brakeman feller never even said goodbye to us.
Certainly never even said goodbye. The boys on this train was told to act like they didn't know who we was.
Oh.
So that any of them desperate criminals out here is watching us get off this train, they won't know we're detectives.
Desperate criminals watching us out here.
Why not? That's where the doings is going on, ain't it?
Yeah. did you hear that, Elmer?
Just a train whistle, that's all. What's the matter with that?
It sounded kind of lonesome and far off like. Oh, I'm scared, Elmer.
Now, looky here, Si. There ain't nothing to be scared about. Just a train whistle. Oh, Si, it's just a train whistle.
Now you're scared, Elmer.
Hey, Mammy. Never seen the day that Elmer Peabody was scared of nothing.
What do we got to do now, Elmer?
Well, turn that flashlight on. Let's see where we are, and I'll tell you. Hold us steady now, Si. Over that way. Yeah, there's a new branch line going off that way, and that's where we got to walk down the track to meet the section boss fella. Well, come on, let's get started and put the flashlight out.
We ain't got to walk them 2 miles in the dark without no flashlight, have we?
Well, if you don't get a move on, you'll be too old to walk before you get 2 miles.
This walking kind of bothers me, Elmer.
Yeah.
I can't seem to hit them little boards the tracks is laid on.
Now you done it, Si. Falling all over the place. Get up, Si, and pay attention to what you're doing.
This is terrible hard on my misery, Elmer. You know that I can't walk much ever since I had them chilblains back in 97.
Well, you get up here and walk with me. The next time you fall down, I'm going to run off and leave you. Leave you sat right here so the rabbit's going to scare you to death.
I got to stop for a minute, Elmer. Get some of them cinders out of my boot.
You ain't going to stop for nothing, Si. Just kick your heels out behind you and the cinders will fall out. We got 2 miles to go, Si, and work to do when we get 'em done.
Elmer, I'm too nervous and worried to have you being mean to me all the time. I'm getting all out of breath right now.
Well, quit talking and save your breath. You'll have more than that to worry you before we get where we're going. 2 miles down the dark track is about your limit, Si, so hush up and keep coming.
I don't see why we got to walk down this track, Elmer.
Because they're just to build another end of it, and there ain't no trains running on it regular yet.
Yeah, but Elmer, in 2 miles of walking along a dark track with misery and all, most anything can happen to us.
Yes, you ain't telling Elmer Peabody no news, and I wouldn't be surprised if that section feller don't never live to meet us on this track at all. Or more likely, we won't never live to meet him.
What do you mean, Elmer?
I mean that any criminal who is smart enough and desperate enough to kill 5 men and get clean away with it is smart enough to know we're a-coming and do something so we don't never get there.
This is certainly a nice little party that the boys are walking into. Your announcer will tell you when you may hear another episode of Si and Elmer over this station.
This is KHJ, the Don Lee Station, Los Angeles.
We are about to go abroad with the Lockharts. Mr. and Mrs. Lockhart are taking a trip to Europe. That is, Mrs. Lockhart is taking Mr. Lockhart. As you probably know, Mr. Lockhart represents the average type of businessman. Blunt, comfortable, knows his own mind, enjoys his business and community, and would much rather have gone fishing. Mrs. Lockhart represents the pleasant type of housewife, belongs to the woman's club and the literary club of her town, and still retains the spirit of romance. We listen in on them as they arrive at the pier in New York on sailing day.
Here we are, dear.
Yes, here we are, but where are we?
At the pier, dear, on our way to Europe. Just think of it.
I don't want to think of it.
Now, dear, don't be so grumpy. Remember, you've taken this trip to please me.
I can't forget it.
Very well, then.
And I hope you won't.
Of course not, dear.
And I'm not grumpy. I'm just wondering.
Wondering what?
Wondering why people ever go to Europe when the government charges them to leave this country and other countries charge them to get into theirs.
Oh, now, dear, please don't start on that passport trouble again.
And when you've got to show birth certificates, marriage certificates...
Yes, but, dear, it's only...
And get a magistrate to vouch for your good character...
Yes, darling,
And after you produce a clean bill of health and morals... They put a photograph of you in your passport that makes you look like a crook and a gunman.
But, dear, will you listen?
Well...
Everyone has to go through that, dear, and after all, it's only red tape.
That's the best thing you've said today.
It really doesn't mean anything.
That's just what makes me mad. I feel as if I'd been gone over with a microscope.
Well, it's all over now, dear.
I hope you're right, for I tell you right now, if we've got to go through that same rigmarole in every country we come to, it'll spoil my trip, and I'd rather have stayed home and gone fishing.
It won't be as bad as that. Once we get on board, the steward will do everything for us. There's a porter, dear.
Where?
Over there.
Hey, porter, take this baggage.
Yes, sir.
Dear, you mustn't call it baggage anymore. It's luggage now.
Luggage? Why is it luggage?
Because it said in the guidebook that in Europe, baggage is luggage.
Now, I'm not going to change my vocabulary just because we're going to Europe.
Yes, but dear...
It was baggage when we left home yesterday, and it'll be baggage until we get home.
All right, stubborn.
I'm not stubborn.
The porter's waiting.
Follow me, sir.
Where to?
This way, sir.
Have you got your tickets ready, dear?
Yes, they're in my pocket.
And the passport?
And the passport.
Here we are, sir. Just get in line here and do what that man says.
I will, as long as he's reasonable.
Tickets, please.
Tickets, dear.
All right, I got them here in my... Well, now that's strange.
Haven't you got them?
Why, yes, I thought I put them here in my outside pocket.
What's that in your other pocket?
That's the passport.
Look in your inside pocket.
No, they're not there.
Oh, dear. What's that on your hip pocket?
Huh?
In your hip pocket.
Oh, nothing, dear, nothing. Now, where could I have put those tickets?
Oh, you said a minute ago you had them handy.
So I did. Maybe I gave them to you.
No, you didn't, or I'd remember it.
Well, now, are you sure?
I'm positive. You didn't give them to me.
Hurry up, please.
Well, will you just look in your purse and see?
Oh, it's no good. You're just wasting time. I know I haven't got... Oh, my goodness, yes, here they are.
I thought you had them.
Hurry up, please.
All right. Here they are.
Fill in these 2 forms, please, and present them to the gangplank.
What do I write on them?
Follow the instructions and see that your baggage is taken on board. Show your passport at the next desk.
Where did you say?
Over there, dear. Where it says passport.
Passport, please.
Here it is.
Are you a citizen of this country by birth?
I am.
Were your parents and grandparents born in this country?
Oh, yes, sir.
Now, sir, is this your signature?
Yes, that's my signature, but I was sort of tired
And is this a recent photograph of you?
Yes, I had it taken only
And you, madam, is this a recent photograph of you?
Yes, but it was taken early in the morning, and I wasn't feeling
Is this
very...
man your husband?
Why, yes.
Here, now look here. I gave all this information when I sent for the passport, and I don't want to be bothered with all...
All right, sir. Those little questions are just formalities.
Formalities?
That's all, sir.
Oh, just so we can have a little chat. They don't mean anything.
Well, not in your case. Pass on now, please.
You mean we can get on the boat now?
You can get on the boat now.
Don't you want to see my distinguishing marks?
It's not necessary, sir.
Now, I've got a nice little mole on the back of my neck I'm just dying to show you.
It's really not necessary. It's on your passport.
You may think it's on my passport, young man, but I know it's on my neck.
Pass on, please.
Getting on one of these boats is as easy as getting a loan without collateral.
There's the steward, dear.
This way, sir. Mind the gangplank. I'll show you to your cabin.
Oh, Will, I'm so thrilled.
Follow me, sir.
Oh, dear. Just look at all those beautiful bouquets of flowers. They must have been sent by friends. And doesn't the ship look a picture, dear? So clean and spick and span.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we are lucky.
All visitors ashore. All visitors ashore.
All visitors ashore, all ashore, that's going ashore, all visitors ashore. All visitors ashore, all ashore, that's going ashore.
You are, sir. This is your cabin.
Oh, isn't this cute?
What, is this where we spend 5 days in this cubbyhole?
No, dear, we'll only be in here to sleep.
It's no bigger than the cabin in Charlie's motorboat.
Oh, I think it's very nice.
On that plan they showed us, this place looked as large as our front room. Well, sir, it's quite a good-sized cabin as cabins go. I'd hate to see your small ones. What deck is this?
This is Deck C, sir.
And what's above us here?
The promenade deck, sir.
And what is the promenade deck?
That's where everybody walks up and down, sir.
That'll be nice.
Oh, you won't hear them, sir.
Now, dear, let's find out what we have to do.
All right. Now, look here, Steward. I've got to take someone into my confidence, and you're elected.
I'm what, sir?
You're elected. You're the friend in need.
Quite so, sir.
Now, this is our first trip on the ocean.
So I see, sir.
Oh, you do.
Here, tell him what you want.
Well, Steward, we want to be told what to do.
Quite so, sir. I take care of everything for you.
Good. You'll take care of everything for us.
Yes, sir. I'll do all I can for you. Just leave everything to me, sir.
Now, that's lovely. The steward will do everything for us, dear.
Now we're getting somewhere. Steward, what's the first thing?
Well, sir, there's your dining saloon accommodation, your deck chairs, and your baths. Those are the first things.
Well, now, let's arrange about our baths.
Certainly, madam. Now, what time would you like to have your bath?
I suppose we can have our bath whenever we get up, can't we?
Oh, you must set a definite time, sir.
What?
Well, let's say 9 o'clock, dear.
Very good, madam.
Now, you'll arrange that for us, Steward?
Oh, not me, sir. You'll have to see the bath steward about your baths.
But I thought you just said...
You don't attend to the bath, steward?
No, madam. The bath steward attends to the baths.
Well, then, about our seats at the dining room table.
Yes, madam.
You'll attend to that for us?
Well, no, madam. You'll have to see the dining saloon steward for them, madam.
Oh, you don't attend to that either?
No, sir. The dining saloon steward attends to the dining arrangements.
Well, I'll be...
Now, about our deck chairs.
Yes, madam.
Where do you think we ought to have them placed?
Well, madam, forward is a very good place to have them.
Forward? What do you mean, forward?
That means the front of the boat, doesn't it, steward?
Yes, madam.
Well, I think that would be very nice.
Then again, madam, aft is a very nice place. Lots of passengers have their deck chairs put aft.
Oh, well, we might have them put aft.
Wherever that is.
On the other hand, sir, there's a very nice space near the companionway.
Well, we could have them put there.
Though I might say, madam, it's a bit awkward there at times, on account of the other passengers climbing over you when they go up and down the companionway.
Well, what about the poop deck?
Oh, no, sir, there are no deck chairs up there.
Well, where would you say that we should have them put?
Well, madam, if I was you, I wouldn't bother about getting a deck chair.
Why not?
Well, sir, there are always lots of empty deck chairs with people being sick, and since this is your first voyage...
You don't think we'll be needing them?
Well, sir...
Oh, but we must have deck chairs, and we're not going to be sick. No, steward, you arrange for 2 for us on the sunny side of the boat.
I'm sorry, madam. You'll have to see the deck steward about it.
You mean you don't attend to that either?
Oh, no, sir. The deck steward attends to the deck chairs.
Say, are you giving us the runaround?
The what, sir?
Oh, never mind, steward. Now, how do we put on these life belts?
He won't tell us. We have to see the life belt, steward.
Oh, I'll be very pleased to tell you, sir, but if I may say so, I haven't much faith in life belts.
Why not?
Well, madam, in case anything should happen, you'll have quite enough to do keeping yourself above water, let alone holding up a life preserver.
Gracious.
Excuse me, sir. I'll just get one down from over your head there and recite the instructions. Now then, sir, life belts are found in the cabins over the wardrobe. They are to be used only in case of danger.
We're not allowed to play with them on the deck.
Oh, no, sir. Now, the regulation life belt is composed of 8 sections of cork covered with waterproof canvas, 4 sections for your front, 4 sections for your back, and joined together by 2 strips of canvas. The head is placed in between the 2 strips. The 4 tapes are then wound over the shoulders and passed in the reverse direction underneath the armpits in counterclockwise fashion so as to meet eventually in the front where the upper and lower tapes remaining are passed around again around the body and tied securely behind the head. That's all there is to it, sir. It's quite simple.
How long do you think it would take us to put them on?
Oh, sir, after a few days' practice, you should be able to do it in half an hour comfortably. But as I say, sir, I wouldn't bother about them if I were you.
Well, what are they put in the cabins for?
Well, madam, they act as a sort of moral support, as you might say, as long as you don't have to use it. Now, is there anything else I can do, sir?
Well, do you mind telling me, or letting me ask you a personal question?
Oh, no, sir.
Just what do you do on this ship?
Oh, I find lots to keep me busy, sir. Answering questions and keeping passengers happy.
I see. You're sort of head man.
Beg pardon, sir?
Oh, Will.
Never mind, steward. You wouldn't understand.
Quite so, sir. Will that be all, sir?
It's too much.
Thank you, sir. Now, I'll send the bath steward and the dining steward and the deck steward to you, sir. And if you don't mind my suggesting it, sir, they're a bit busy today at first, you know. But a little promise of something will do wonders.
Oh, we understand. A little tip, dear.
That's right, madam. We're all human, you know. Myself included.
I get you.
Thank you, sir. Now, will that be all, sir?
That's all.
Thank you. Shall I close the door, sir?
Well, now, I didn't want to ask you in case you had to send for the door steward. Yes, my boy, you may close the door.
You?
There now, dear. We know just what to do. Oh, it's going to be such a restful trip.
Restful? Say, this bird has just given me a week's work rounding up all these stewards.
Now, don't worry, dear. In an hour, we'll be 3 miles out, and...
Do you remember what that circular said? Everything is done for you. Just buy your ticket and forget everything. Lazy days at sea and...
look, dear, look. Look, we're passing the Statue of Liberty.
Well, old Lib herself. And I never knew before...
What, dear?
I never knew before that she stands with her face to Europe and her back to America.
Why, so she does.
So she does.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. What were you saying, dear, about 3 miles out?
Ha ha! I wonder why he wants to be 3 miles out. At any rate, the Lockharts have started on their trip to Europe. Next week, we shall pick them up at sea, as they are enjoying life on board a transatlantic liner. And we hope that you will again listen in as we travel abroad with the Lockharts.
And this is KHJ, the Don Lee Station, Los Angeles.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, from Anson Weeks and his orchestra, who play nightly at the Hotel Mark Hopkins, San Francisco. Musical activities are declared officially open with the playing of What Price Love.
A lover's dream that can't come true, a hopeless scheme I'm dreaming of. What price, love? Oh, tell me what price, love? The bitter tears I shed for you, the wasted years, oh, heaven above. What price, love? I'm asking what price, love? I gave my heart, I gave my soul to you, and in return you made me learn a lesson. What is the fire? I wish I knew. This mad desire I can't rise above. What price, love? I wonder what price, love?
Anson Weeks' next musical number is just what the title implies, sweet and low down. While we're giving friend Anson a few moments to get set for his medley, which follows, let's look out the great windows of Peacock Court here at the Hotel Mark Hopkins. The glorious bay shimmering below is a haven of rest for great ships that lie at anchor. Beyond, we see neighboring cities, tiny toy cities at this distance. Let's get the spirit of this romantic situation from the medley Anson is about to play for us. Here's a word from our genial leader, Anson Weeks.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a tune called 11 Pounds of Heaven.
There's nothing on this earth that could describe your worth, my 11 pounds of heaven. I know the angels cried the day you left their side, my 11 pounds of heaven. You've got your mother's eyes, you've got your mighty like a rose. You've made my life complete, gee, but you're awfully sweet, my 11 pounds of heaven. There's nothing upon this earth that could possibly describe your worth, my 11 pounds of heaven. I know the angels cried on the very day you left their side, my 11 pounds of heaven. You've got your mother's eyes, you've got your daddy's nose, and all in all, you're fa-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You've made my life complete, but you're awfully sweet, my 11 pounds of heaven.
Thus we say farewell with Anson Weeks and his orchestra from the Hotel Mark Hopkins, San Francisco.
Another delightful Anson Weeks and his orchestra from February 4, 1932, is broadcast over KFRC in Sacramento at about 10:15 in the evening. Well, next week we're going to have more of the same. No Anson Weeks for us, but we will have 4 more of these great mystery serials. Anne of the Airlanes, Cy and Elmer, Abroad with the Lockharts, and George Bruce's Air Stories of the World War returning once again. Cycling through some of the serials of 1932, the only surviving serials of 1932, and you never know, we might just solve a mystery or two along the way. Well, that's all for this week. I'll see you next Sunday. Have a great week, everybody.